What's up, guys? Time to show off once again another cool build. So this right here is probably going to be a mystery build, so if you haven't seen pictures of it, or you haven't really seen it before you received it, you may have selected this as a mystery build. Right now I have a Kraken available, so if somebody would select that, this might get moved into that spot and be an existing option, but if you haven't seen it, that's why. That's the intent right now, because I already have one. So you're going to see a couple cool things with this one. Not only is it a custom one-off strap, but this is a copper lasered with extra definition Kraken dial. So your dial is all copper. Your matching bezel insert is also actual copper. And I had to layer it, which you can't really see, but my copper dials are like 0.45 millimeter, and my inserts that we laser at the same time are also 0.45, which kind of recesses them in. So I have an extra one that's not an extra actual like filled in one, but like a lasered out bezel that, you know, just the size, not anything in it, set in there. Then this is set to that to build it up almost flush. And then this is in a copper cerakoted case, Kraken engraved, copper cerakoted crown, Kraken engraved, copper cerakoted caseback ring. Obviously the caseback was done in black. Then we did a black atlas bezel, and then we have a copper cerakoted little Kraken there, preview buckle, and then I got as close to a good nice rich brown with black, and that's to go with these black hands that I have not done yet. I don't think I've done these. I've done these in silver and I've done them in white. So black handset and a custom painted in copper seconds hand to go with the dial. So this thing came out awesome. I'm a massive copper fan. I've got a couple of them up there, not copper Krakens, right? No copper Krakens. I got a titanium Kraken, a green Kraken. I mean, I've got like 6, but none of them remotely close to that. So, like, this is one of those things after I built it, I'm like, dang it. The good news is I have another one of these dials, and I have another one of these inserts, so I can build something close. It doesn't have to, like, black goes really well with copper, so I can always do a black case with a copper. Now, the copper's too close to each other. When they're copper cerakoted versus actual copper might look too far off. So, you know, I could always do a black case with a black bezel and one of these inserts, and then do another band that would look good with it, you know. So, wouldn't quite be the same thing, but can make something somewhat close for the next one. But that is the build. Bezel on this will go left, it'll go right. It's just held on with a tension ring. Automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, wear it, put it in a watch winder, but if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, make sure you take it off. Make sure you unwind the crown, take it off of that thread tube there. You'll see a little bit of play, you'll know you're off it. And then you can wind it, and a wind is a turn that way. Turning it this way doesn't hurt it, but it doesn't wind anything. So I often just go back and forth with it. But you'll feel it off there. You'll feel that it's got a wobble crown, so you'll feel a little bit of play there. So just back and forth on your winding. Or you can do this if you want. It's entirely up to you. Either work. If you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, that mixed with the movement of the rotor in the back, which you can't see with this case back, but it's got a stainless steel movement. Actually, it's got a black movement holder. Black movement holder, and it has a little signed rotor in there. But you'll feel it. But that mixed with that rotor movement will keep your time throughout the day. If you do this for 14, 15 seconds or so, you're going to max out your 31 plus hour power reserve on it. You cannot overwind it, so don't worry about that. So when you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull it to the one and only click, and you can now set your time. It does not have a hacking movement, so don't worry about that. It's going to keep going on you. You'll also notice that wobble crown. That deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement, so when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting any adverse pressure anywhere. Okay, Google, what time is it? Noon, I think. 12:04 p.m. So when you're good, push it over, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it down. And that is the build. As with every build, it's going to come with matching beads, which we're able to match those quite well. Then this will come in a black special edition Kraken box. It will come with watch cleaner. This is good on all glass and metal parts, so everything here in the center, non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, as well as a microfiber. Will also come with some leather conditioner to keep this strap perfectly soft. If you ever feel that it's not, apply it on the front and the back, let it soak in, remove any excess. A little bit will go a long way. Use a rag like what you would do, like if you were doing this to like boots, you know, washcloth, something like that. I would not use a microfiber. You want, I don't know, just use some kind of rag. And then lastly, you're going to get some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. It's like a poly watch. It's for your acrylic glass. There's a little hair on there. That's just a weird little line. It must have been just a weird. Yeah, it's just a weird. Oh, it's just a play on the light coming through or something. I was like, what is it? Oh, there, it's gone. I was like, what is that crack? So if you get a scratch in the dial, or I'm sorry, a scratch in the glass, you can buff it out using this. Just apply it. If the scratch is up and down, go left and right, filling that scratch, haze it, buff it out, and it should be gone. If you notice it's not, let it solidify, come back to it. It's kind of like drywall mud. You don't want to like revisit it before it's, you know, done. Otherwise it's going to pull up what's in there. You basically will just refill that acrylic. So that is the build. If it's going to you, congrats. You got a pretty awesome watch. And thank you so much for your support. If you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.